Have you ever watched Bob Ross? You remember the painter from the 80s with the big perm and everything?
You ready to have some fun? Let's do it.
Well, I grew up watching him and have very fond memories of watching him paint.
Give him a shake. And just beat the devil out of him.
We even showed Zoe the other day an episode, and it brought back all those memories and emotions. But anyways, he painted amazing paintings in 30 minutes. About 20 minutes in, I remember as a kid, like anticipating this point in the painting when he would just kind of look at the camera and he'd say, "Let's get crazy." Let's get crazy. And we're like, okay, you get crazy, Bob.
Tell you what, let's get crazy.
What he would do though is he would cause you to pause, and I just remember like leaning in and I'm like, what are you up to? Like, I thought I knew where this was going, but I don't really know where you're going with this.
So why are we talking about Bob Ross?
I'm getting a perm. That's why I've been wearing the beanie a lot.
Please don't. Oh my goodness.
Comment if you want me to get a perm.
No, we believe that life has a similar process and that each story has points where everything's going smoothly and it totally makes sense, and then other parts of the story that are like, what is happening? What are you doing? Fortunately, the artist usually knows the next phase or the next step in the painting while the canvas is just there waiting. And in this analogy, we are the canvas and God is the artist. With that said, after calling Tanzania our home for 2.5 years, we have decided to move back to America. And in fact, Mark's parents are coming here to help us with that transition, and we'll be flying back on February 22nd.
So I know that it seems kind of sudden right now, but we promise we'll make lots more videos on our thoughts and our reflections and how we got here in the future. But for this video though, we wanted you to just hear us out real quickly on some logistics, hear why our word for 2017 is anticipate, and we'll of course finish up the Bob Ross analogy.
Now you have to start making big decisions.
Number 1, donations will continue as normal through Global Effect. We're still a part of Global Effect through the end of June of 2017. So if you're giving, please continue to give monthly support. And if you're able to, you know, of course, for the next few months. And after that, if you want to continue to support us and all the exciting stuff that is coming up in the future that we'll be, you know, telling you more about, obviously that would be amazing. But for now, nothing changes with donations. It's still tax deductible and all that. Nothing is different in that area.
Due to unforeseen circumstances, we will not be allowed to sell any of our ministry possessions, including our refrigerator, stove, washing machine, and a car that we had just received and purchased from Japan and spent about $7,000 on.
So at this point, we're talking about $15,000 to $17,000 worth of stuff that we're hoping we'd be able to sell and help our family start the next chapter. But it's not gonna happen. Everything is remaining here in Tanzania. And while that's a giant unexpected bummer, to say the least, we know that God is in charge, God's our provider, and so we are choosing to just trust Him wholeheartedly. And if you would like to help us with kind of transition funds and even so into our next season of ministry, we'd really appreciate it. We do have savings to help us get started, so that's a really good thing.
But if you have any couches,
yeah, that's seriously.
We'll take them.
Seriously. But we literally sold or gave everything away to move here, and we're just moving back with the stuff that we can carry with us, and we have a few like memory boxes at home. But that's kind of it.
Number 3, we do have exciting news to share.
Yes, we do.
In our last newsletter that we sent out, we said that the word that God gave us for this next year is anticipation. And we are really anticipating what God is bringing us into in this next season. And we have some epic ideas that we're hoping to continue in ministry.
We'll make another announcement about that in the weeks to come, but it will be a huge step of faith for us, and it'll be using everything that God has taught us, both, you know, here in Africa and everything before, to prepare for and launch us into what will be an international ministry. So just to give you a glimpse, we'll be based in the States, but even over the next couple of years, I hope to do some ministry in Guatemala, the Philippines, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, and maybe a few more as well. So lots in store. Really exciting stuff.
Now it's beginning to make a little sense.
Okay, number 4. The last sort of logistics that we want to share with you is that we will be heading back with Mark's parents in Southern California, Temecula to be exact. We will be staying there for a few months to kind of get some rest, debrief all that we've been through, and continue working on what this next phase looks like. And by the summertime, we are moving to, drumroll,
Colorado Springs.
In the next big update, we'll share more details on what we're going to be doing, but just trust us,
There's a lot.
exciting
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a lot to be pumped for. The sun is coming up. Just bear with us. We need to move our table.
It's a good day to be alive. Come to think of it, every day's a good day to be alive.
Okay, much better. Back in the shade. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Real talk for just a second here. I cried a lot actually as I wrote down ideas for this video, and Brittany helped me through that. But the raw truth is that this is an emotional thing. Like, this is super hard, and I don't want to make it seem like life is just so easy to figure out and we're just 100% in charge of what happened.
Or that we're happy all the time.
Yeah.
Through all of this.
Yeah. So it's been hard behind the scenes, and
Really hard.
really hard. But remember our good old Bob Ross analogy? Well, the reality is that the painting was looking good, but God began to show us that He's the artist and we're the canvas, like Brittany said. And if our lives are to become a work of art, we'd better trust Him no matter what. So at the moment, you know, right now we kind of see this shadow kind of giving us a glimpse of what's there. It's caused us to pause and like lean in and be like, God, what are you doing? But it's actually not scary. In fact, we're getting a glimpse of why it's there and how it's gonna make the painting more beautiful than ever before, like more than we ever could have imagined or done on our own. And you know what? The highlights are showing up and the vision is coming together, and it's starting to look beautiful, like, again, more beautiful than we ever could have imagined.
A quick side note.
Sorry, my arm just like
But a quick side note, the same goes for your life as well. Let God be the artist. Give Him the paintbrush and release control so that He can create the most beautiful masterpiece, more than you ever imagined it to be.
If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Please be praying for us and our family, and my parents actually, as they come to visit in a few weeks. We want to thank those of you ahead of time for continuing to give or sending a one-time donation to help with this next leg of the journey.
This was some big news, so please feel free to privately message us or email us any questions that you may have, any thoughts. We'd love to be transparent with you and share more about.
Definitely, and I'll put our emails in the description below. We love you guys, and until next time, we're gonna leave you with our new sign-off, which is our family verse, Micah 6:8. Do justice, love mercy, walk humbly.
I'm going to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend. I'll see you next show.